G'day traders, John from Crypto Candlestick Trading, doing a update on Bitcoin and the crypto markets. And as we can see here, just looking at Bitcoin on the weekly chart, we've got touch, and we haven't quite got a touch yet, but it looks like we're aiming for that. If we go sideways for a week or two or something like that, and then reach that downtrending line, at the moment we've got a fair bit of congestion. Actually, I'll just open that up a little bit so we can kind of see a lot better what it is. So this area here was what I'm looking for, like somewhere in between around about the 200 and that downtrending line. Somewhere in around about here, I'm expecting trading to be, quite tight in this area. And who knows, we might get a break above, or we might continue this downtrend. Who knows from there? At the moment, it's looking pretty good on the daily chart, but it's just only looking pretty good. It's just not looking excellent. I'll just keep those lines there so we can kind of see. We'll go to the daily chart now and have a look. And opening up the daily chart a bit more, so we can kind of see that same line there again. Now here we've got touch and a breakthrough. So this one here, was a great, cause for concern, and going short from the green to red move right there. And then we're moving up to here, and I can see another trend line up here, which is the one that maybe get out of my long positions. My margin ones at least anyway, which was this one here. And we can see what happened to the downtrend after that. One problem that I have with this move up, it's a good move up. I like it where, stochastics are oversold. We've got a Harami, which basically means, and we've also got it here at these same levels, around about these same levels here, where these bodies are. And so we've broken through that, but it's been rejected very heavily. What would I be expecting from here is some sort of a pullback, probably to, where's the high of this one here, is 20,589. So somewhere 20,500. Oh, I'll just if we can drag that across, make it a bit better. So somewhere around about there. If we get some sort of a pullback down to there, I'll be looking for maybe a support bounce off this area, for another run. Or unless, who knows, we might even just pop and break that 50. But we know what it looks like on the 200. There's a lot of weight above us in if we're looking at downtrending lines and moving averages. There's a lot in front of us. And the same here when it comes to the 50 moving average. We tried to break above the 50, and we did it, but it kind of failed. It wasn't a very good breakout, as we could see, and we could see the result of that. And then it came back below, and it didn't actually quite reach this level here. So I was actually expecting it. So when it came down to here, I was expecting that this would go up, which was showing a lot of weakness, and even stayed under the 9. Continued down to here, got back to these support levels here, and then now we've had a nice big push, which is really good, but look at where we are. I'd love to be in there trading everything now, but I'm a little bit hesitant simply because where Bitcoin is. I've just seen this too many times before. I've loaded up in these kind of areas here, and it's gone up, and then all of a sudden, bang. I get loaded up by the time the Bitcoin reaches the 50, and then it plummets again, and so does my account. So I'm quite wary about where Bitcoin is at the moment. So I'll just get rid of those drawings so you can kind of see a little bit clearer what it looks like. And that to me is just attempted the 50, broke through the 50, and now we've got resistance at the 50 again. That's what it looks like to me. We had a nice push up there, but what will happen from here? We'll just have to wait and see. If we get a push through and a pullback, I'll be looking for engulfing off there. Unless if we get reversals up here pointing to the south side, I'll probably look for shorting positions there. But we can see that we're oversold on, a few accounts there. We do have an increasing volume, which is good. Anyway, we'll just have to wait and see. All right, now moving on, I just want to show you a trade that I took last night. I'd only do that shorter term time frame. So I bought into EOS at this level right here, $6. Yep, so there we go. You can see on the right hand side of $6. So I ended up getting into EOS on this candle here. And last night I was talking to a few people, and then I ended up buying EOS again right here because it had broken above the second time. That was good, beautiful off the 50, and then going, up, above the 200. I thought there's probably going to be a little bit more of a run here. So anyway, this red to green move here, I ended up getting in just above that. I think it was 66.9. So just under that level there. So I got in and had a bit of a run, but I'm still actually in that position there. I've had no reason to sell that. I got it below the low of the day. So if it breaks me out there, well, that's just what happens. But I've still got this position in here too. So now, one thing that I did want to point out is what interested me on this trade here. So as soon as we got a low and a high, and a higher low, and we're broken moving averages like this one here, I'm looking for the next high, and I want to draw a line across from that next high. So this one here, I'm going to change, actually I won't, I'll leave that as orange because it kind of stands out a bit more. We can see that. And I'll just open that up right up so we can kind of see exactly where we're at. Now look at this, you know, like I took that there. I did look at this as another entry, but the thing is I wasn't in profit from this one, so I couldn't actually take this entry. You know, I really do like it when we've got a low, high, high, low, high, high, and we pull back and we get some sort of reversal candle at the previous support, which is exactly what we got right here. You know, that's a hammer candle. You know, hammer candles, you know, especially when they're green, you know, we had selling, 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 bang, and then all of a sudden the buyers came in, pushed it back up through 2 moving averages and the previous resistance level, and turned out to be a green candle. So all of a sudden at the end of the day, buyers were completely in control. If you wanted to wait for a second entry on this or extra confirmation, wait till the very next day. You usually start selling off and then put your entry right above that sell off, you know, so you get the red to green move in there. But in any case, I didn't buy here because I was already in from this one here. Now let's move on a little bit further, and I just want to draw another line. We'll just, you know, carry on. And I'm just drawing it for the bodies here just to make it a little bit simple. So here we've gone up, broken through, pulled back, and now we've got another hammer candle exactly at those bodies again. You know, like then we could have waited for the red to green move on this one here. So, you know, I could have had this first entry and this second entry here. Now we've gone up and then we've pulled back. So I probably would have been drawing a line across here as well. And as we can see, we definitely broke through down below that, but we found support on the 20. So this here, you know, could have been buying there if you really wanted to. For me, you know, I don't mind that, but I don't really like it either. I want a real, you know, a kind of real reversal. Plus, the reason why I haven't been following EOS, you know, very, very closely and buying all these entries is because I don't like where Bitcoin is. If Bitcoin was above the moving averages, making these lows, highs, high lows, high highs, I'd be looking for all the opportunities and buying them. But because of where Bitcoin is, I'm just very hesitant, you know, in buying, you know, unloading my account simply because it's just way too risky when Bitcoin's in a threatening position. Anyway, this one down here, we've come down. Now, this is the engulfing. You know, this is the one I like. So when we have a first attempt, you know, like I'm not as keen to get into it. When we have a second attempt and we've got an engulfing closing above, like, you know, we could have been buying this one here with our stops below the low, you know, below these lows here. Now, I'll just draw another line up here as well. And we can see clearly again that we've, you know, like completely smashed that. You know, so the support didn't hold up on this one here. So, you know, broke through and then it pulled back. All right, well, let's just have another look at something else. Down at these lows here. So here, this kind of seems to make more sense. So we come back down here and we've got resistance, resistance, break through that resistance with an engulfing. Then we found support on that previous resistance here, an engulfing, which is really good. You know, you could have been buying something there again. Pull back and another close above there. You know, to be honest, if I had replay on and I was looking at this one here, if we look back at the charts here and we only saw this day here, looking back at it, this probably would have been a, you know, pretty good buy. This one here would have been a good buy too. So these are both engulfing closing above the 9 and engulfing closing above the 9. This wasn't one of them. It's not engulfing closing above the 9. So, you know, we do have a few entries down here, and I kind of, you know, it would have been nice to have played all these entries and gotten in, but, you know, I'm still, as I said, I'm still hesitant with where Bitcoin is at the moment. And if we have a look at EOS as well, I'll just go back here. And so the area that I'm looking at, you know, like that I was looking at for a potential sale last night was this here at $1.85. And only because if we have a look back here, we've got support, 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 breakthrough support. Kind of found, you know, back, you know, had one day where it attempted to go up and touch. But anyway, more so, it's this one here that it's done that. But I also noticed that we've had a significant decline, and we've had a nice looking cup with a nice looking handle. We've got engulfing, we've got support on the 50. Another thing to look at as well is that I can see this very clearly here, is that if I extend this line here, we've got a touch down there and we've got a 50 bounce over here. I'll just move that line up because maybe investors might have, oh, here we go. So maybe it was from those bodies there that the investors decided to look at from there. But anyway, come down and touch. So we've got resistance, resistance, breakthrough, you know, and break through that support there and went up again. Found support on the previous resistance, and then here on the 50, and then that's the engulfing one there. Really, if I had my eyes open, I was watching this very closely, I would have been buying, you know, somewhere around about here, finding support here, coming down for a next level of support, and then going up. Here it looks, you know, a little bit scrappy where we're at the moment, but anyway, I have no reason to, you know, get out of this position at this stage here, besides the fact that it's, sold off twice now. Like we've got wicks up here at this previous resistance level, and previous support level becomes new resistance. So, I need to be quite wary about what I'm going to do at this stage here. It all depends on where Bitcoin goes and what it does. But also EOS. If EOS breaks through here convincingly, pulls back and gives me a reason to buy, or unless if it gives me definite sell signals up here, I'll be taking those as well. If this turns into a shooting star, I'm going to get out. Okay, let's go on to one more, two more actually. Now this one here, I was kind of kicking myself that I missed this too, because if I had gone through my watch list, I probably would have been buying this one here. Even though I can't really find the strong levels of support, I can definitely see that we've come down, we've got an engulfing, which is nice. I do like the engulfing. Then it's come through here, we've got another engulfing, didn't close above the 9. Then it's come back down here to the same level, double bottom, and we've got an engulfing closing above the 9. This one here would have been a beautiful entry. And then, it would have been a good entry to go just from here, even up to the 50. And, I wonder where this is going to go. If it's going to find resistance at this level here, or if it's going to go up here to the 50 and then, maybe either break through or tank, whatever it's going to do there. But I just found this a very interesting support line. But the only thing was support was in the middle of nowhere. But we've got a double bottom, 2 engulfings. I like it. Now, let's go on to the next one, Ethereum. So I don't mind Ethereum. If we ever look at Ethereum, so we need to watch Ethereum because that's the second largest market in the crypto space. So, and if we also have a look here, we've got support, breakthrough, got resistance. Now, perfect look at Doji there. I often find that if I'm looking back in history, I usually find that because there's a lot of indecision at that price right there, it went up and then down, closed at exactly the same price. And then that's the same as this support level here. So we're broken through, pull back, broke through, and then broken straight back down, below the 50. But now we're above the 50 and above this previous resistance and support level. So what I'm actually looking for here is a potential pullback to this level here, and then having a look on the 4-hour chart and seeing if I get any sort of reversals around this 720 mark, somewhere around there. So anyway, I'll just I'll put an alert there, just so I kind of got some sort of an idea, a little bit over 720. So as soon as that comes down to there, if it does come down to there, I'll be going down to the shorter term time frames to have a look to see what happens, or what it's looking like doing. But anyway, it all depends on what Bitcoin's going to do from here. But as we can see, we have definitely been making, we got like a double top there, and then nothing really happened after that. And so then where are we looking from here? So I just drew another one there. So if I had a look over here, we've got resistance, breakthrough resistance, come back down, and then finding support, engulfing off resistance. That's beautiful. This here is very nice. And also on top of that, look at that. So, but that's only come up to there, or maybe a fraction over. Then it's come back down. Now we're getting engulfing, closing above, which is good. But then have a look what happened after it. Another thing to look at as well is, the third stage bases, even on the shorter term time frames. This now has reset the base count because it's broken below the third base. So, we can start counting the bases again. But whereabouts are we headed to? Are we headed for a double top? Maybe around about the same time as when the 200 gets down to here or something like that. So, maybe we could almost see, it trading up, something like that. And then also reaching that level there, and the 200 coming down at the same time. So, for it to reach in around here, yep, no problem at all. Wouldn't surprise me. I'll just get rid of those drawings so we can kind of see it a bit better. But anyway, traders, I just wanted you to, have some sort of an idea of what I was looking at and where I'm thinking the market's at. That's not where I'm thinking the market's at. It's just what the market's telling me at the moment. And, if Bitcoin breaks out with confidence, I'll definitely be having a look at Bitcoin, or, at the other markets to be trading it. So far, there are a few things to trade, which is good. But, at this risky time here, I'll be waiting for a little bit more, wait for a breakout above or some sort of resistance. We can see that we've got our first line here of resistance, and that's at that level there. And then we've got a downtrending line, which is very long term. We've got the 50 moving average. And then if we go to the weekly chart, we can also see that we've got the 200 up above there, and we've got the 9. We've convincingly closed as an engulfing below these moving averages. So we're still stuck between all these moving averages up above here, about 23,000, say, 23 and a quarter, and 18.8, which is around about where they found support on the previous chart here. So, the top of those bodies there is where we found the most support at that time, or at this time. So, between that support there and the 200, That's around about where I'm looking at for, you know, some sort of a breakout above that or below that. Usually when we get some sort of a breakout above or below that, you know, we should be able to get some sort of a half decent run, which should turn out to be like a tradable rally, like that or something, you know. So, but then when we get something like this on the crypto, on Bitcoin, usually we get something a lot bigger on something like EOS or Sol or, you know, Avalanche or DOT. All right, traders. But also another thing here that I can see on the weekly chart as well is that we have a inverted hammer and now a rocket booster. So, and it's off the same support level. So it's looking okay, but that's all it's looking at the moment. Okay. All right. Anyway, traders, I'll leave it at that. 15 minutes in, too. It goes quick. All right. I hope you have a good weekend, what's left of it. And I'll talk to you again soon. If you have any problems with your charts or anything like that, please let me know. More than happy to talk about charts. All right. Talk to you again soon. See ya.